weeks, so he gets to take the cone off. Cone to shame.
He's a mix between a Pyrenees and a box. I think it's good.
Who you know here?
I'm thinking about letting her have a liver.
Hey, Bob.
We know here.
Yep. If you do,
Oh, something just happened.
Just add to my list of names.
Yeah. Office manager and chauffeur. Running on.
have you come out?
You have to get subscribed.
Yeah.
Some call, that's what we should put on.
Sit in the back seat like a Lincoln lawyer.
Yeah.
And drive the girl.
Well, we'll have to.
Chauffeurs, I'll be one better, I'll put on a whole suit, I don't care.
You gotta get the door in. All right. We have a quorum. Is there, any additions to the agenda? If you don't mind, I would like to add under new cases. Okay. Training. All right. And with that is, do we have an approval of the agenda? All in favor? Okay. Is there any public comment? No. How about the approval of the minutes of the last board meeting?
Make a motion, we approve those.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Matt, the financial report sheet.
Yes, sir. As of May 31st, 2024, in the asset section, check general fund, $1,063,839.02. The capital reserve, $675,480.61, and then the building and land fund, $131,437.15 for a total list of assets, $1,807,756.78. The current liability is $19.74. Income for this period, $173,178.02, with the expenses of $114,817.43.
Okay, make a motion to approve as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the ordinance 2410 to outline paid bills and shares.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, communications from Senator Engelmeyer.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, here with all of this. I talked about, we got Senator Lutmeyer to, incorporate into the Homeland Security Bill $1.875 million, for the potential of building an emergency operations center / the admin portion of our facility on the old cases. So that is on the bill. It is in committee. I've not checked the status since it was in committee. It was going through a period called markup. I guess that's when they go through. Mark it up for whatever they need to do. And then obviously from there, it's got to be before the House and the Senate and then signed into official law. But if we do get that, that'll be huge.
Will that be done this year or while he's still in office?
It would be for fiscal year 25.
But it'll be out in November.
Correct. So we would not. I guess the federal fiscal year 25 would start June,
Well, I don't know when to go.
July. They're gonna vote on it. It'll have to be approved this session, so this fall.
Okay.
And the good thing is, it is on a Homeland Security Fund bill that funds FEMA. And it's got some push with some, border security money on it as well too. So it's got,
So what are you saying? You put like dark shelter there or
no, it was
emergency operations for us?
for us, the city, our admin offices. So the main goal was let's get them to build a new firehouse. Well, that funding wasn't possible. There was funding for EOCs. So they can fund that portion of the build and we can double as our meeting room, all that good stuff. So it's pretty exciting stuff, actually, if it gets passed. Right. So we'll see.
Fire marshal's report?
Yes. There were 3 permits issued for the, month of, May. 2 were building permits in the amount of $3,605. That's for AutoZone and the remodel for the Hillsborough R3 Logo Daddy building, that's gonna be the new old school. Okay. And then 1 firework permit for Barefoot Village, 700 charged, 700 collected. Total collected for the fire marshal's office for the month of, May is $700.
Fire chief's report?
Yeah, first, want to start off with, Monday, we had a, incident. I'm sure you guys all read the, news release that we put out with the dump truck that ran off the road. It was on fire. When we got there, we were able to deploy a fire extinguisher while the hose line was being stretched to finish the job. My compliments to the, crew that did a wonderful job and saved our man's life. He's alive today because of our quick response, having big firefighters here at the station. We're able to get on the scene within about 4 minutes. All worked out. Someone walked away. So they did an excellent job. But May finished with 119 calls for service. There were really no major calls for the month of May. It was pretty standard running mill stuff. Jefferson Memorial Grant, we are working with Zoll on purchasing the new AEDs like we talked about in the last meeting. We joined a purchasing group called SAVIC, which allows us to purchase from that group. It's a group purchasing. We don't have to go out to bid on our own for that. I will forewarn you, there was a misquote on Zoll's part. I think we're going to need to spend an extra about $9,000 when it's all said and done to fully get what we need for the new AED setup, which includes rechargeable batteries. Right now, every time we have full rest, we have to go buy new batteries basically for our current AED. So the rechargeable portion of it is one of the biggest selling points in my opinion of getting these AEDs. But somehow Jason Fenn from Zoll messed up the quote. So we are meeting with him next week to see where we stand with all of that. We may have to come back to the board next month and get some more money for it, but be well worth it. So ARPA funding grant, we have no idea what's going on with that.
I don't think they do.
They still owe us money from the last grant. They still owe us about $38,000, $39,000, somewhere around there. They can't answer any questions about when that money's going to be released, or when the next round of funding is going to be released, which we put in $256,000 to remodel down here. So we'll see where that goes. I have no idea what's going on. There is some light at the end of the tunnel with the COVID recovery grant. If you remember, we started that process over a year ago, and we were finally I met with them again yesterday morning for a closeout meeting. Although they couldn't tell me when we're going to see the money from it. Everything's approved. All the funds are obligated, so we should be getting $22,000 from that. Is it worth it for all the headache we went through for $22,000? I don't know, it's $22,000 we didn't have before, but it was still quite a process. So. We talked about Representative Luke Meyer and their issues. I did get the final payout from the SAFER grant. We managed to spend just about every last dime, with the exception of about $20,000. So that's pretty darn good. What happened was we continued to increase our employees' salaries, whereas the grant kept it at $35,000 salary throughout the duration of it. So basically, they're just there wasn't enough funding under the salaries, it ran out. If that makes sense. So, but that's done. Continuing on the Lexipol policy rewrite. Stoplight, no new updates on that. We did attend a meeting. Things are moving forward with that grant that may include a new stoplight here and a crosswalk here at History over in the farm. So we'll have to see where that goes with that, with the lights. The station alerting system is installed and again working. Once Jeffco 911 is fully functional with the Phoenix G2 system on there, and we'll have some minor tweaks that'll be made here, and then it'll be a fully functioning brand new alert system. So that should be a good. Drone is still being trained on. Jason, you want to talk about your trip yesterday?
Went down to Corbin, Kentucky for the midpoint inspection on the tanker, finally. We took the equipment from the old 23 down with us because it's getting mounted. I guess the plant manager says he expects it to be done in 4 weeks, but the production manager said 4.5 to 5 weeks. So maybe we'll see it the second or third week of July. We're not sure. The truck's there. I saw it. I got a picture of it. It's just not all the way together. So maybe, hopefully, soon.
Everything looks all right at this point.
As much as we can tell, I mean, it's painted. It's got doors on the body. I can tell you it's a lot taller than this one because apparently since we got the other tanker, the depth system changed and now the cab's raised up, 4, 5, 6 inches higher to head in airflow over the depth system for cooling. That's a tall truck.
New ladder truck, they're going down for a pre-construction conference, August, just calling the dates.
21, 22, and 23.
And it's set for completion in December of 25. So about a year and a half out from that. We do have our first meeting scheduled with Steve Bacon, the architect that we approved to help design the future of our facilities here at the Hillsborough Fire District. It's on June 19th. Obviously, there's a lot of wrenches that can be, good wrenches that can be thrown in that project with funding, things like that. So we'll have to kind of see how things go. So our ISO review is set for August 14th. There were no major issues with the fleet until the last week. After I printed this, there were some issues with 6524 and priming the pump in the draft. Training division, the crew's been training on various topics, as always. They're doing some live fire training on the tower over the next few weeks, working on some garage door opening techniques. Some of us will go through the train the trainer next week so we can train some more people to effectively burn on that. And the crews have been taking the boats out on the river too as time allows. PR events are ongoing. We're working with the school on a CERT class this summer. The rodeo is this past weekend and will hopefully go off without a hitch. You know, kind of mostly 90%, 95%. And we are struggling for staffing during a lot of these events too. So we've gotten away from sending the on-duty crews up. There's just they're too busy. I can't commit them up there. So we've been bringing in all-duty staff, part-time staff, staff. But even with the added cost, it is very beneficial to be running the system. Kind of working there. We're going to start working and approaching the Civic Club about some sort of a permanent command post facility up there for these large events. When you have 12,000 people out there without being in a quiet room, trying to listen to multiple radios and drug crews, what to do, it's becoming a very difficult task. So they were, kind of open to figure something out.
And Chelmsford's report, we don't have any.
No, Mitch said he's got nothing. He won't, he's got a baseball game with his kid. Sure.
Whole business, the flooding issue.
We are out for bid. Right now, we've received a few, back already. There's gonna be problems with a lot of these bids. A lot of these companies will address the flooding issue, and that is it. So when we get bids and look at them and review them, you're gonna see a foundation recovery specialist submitted a bid. And I met with the guy last week. That's $10,000. Well, that includes tearing out the drywall in here, putting a sump pit in the vault, and then putting in what they call a basement gutter, which is cutting out concrete right along the footing and draining it in the sump pit. One of that includes re-drywalling, the flooring, the swale issue that probably needs to be fixed up there. So we'll have to see how all this goes. It's the second company that's been pretty low bid. I talked to Josh Boyer. I'm hoping he bids it because he was one that was going to bid, digging up down to the foot. Right combination of both.
Oh, I'm not discounting that. The inside also, but if you don't stop it from coming in,
I know.
you're still gonna have mold
And to me, what these guys are submitting is just.
and you can, if you look, you could get a footing drain out or into that storm drain
Yeah.
that's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dig all the way around.
I agree.
And then over here, I thought whoever did the job, there's no reason why you couldn't drill some relief holes in my foundation in case there's anything built up like under my carport or whatever
Yeah.
on this end.
Some wood
I was kind of on it up there, but the problem is they're gonna, I mean, to dig down that deep over here. I mean, they're gonna take up the whole parking, you know what I mean?
And then maybe funeral will have to use.
Right, well, we figure that out, but I'm just saying that that's deep.
That's very.
Wait, is that I think that's a 12-foot wall?
At least,
Right.
if not a 14-foot wall.
On this end.
So I don't know. We're starting to notice on the wall in the bay out there, some water that's been seeping out too. So,
Right.
Um,
Well, and I'm getting to the point where I need to figure out, well, I gotta do something with the rest of my life, so, but I can't do that.
right.
I don't know until you do something.
And I guess my point is, I am kind of scared away by these lowball bids so far because I don't feel that they're the appropriate fix
Right.
for a long-term solution. I really don't. Yes, they may weep the water and seep the water into the sump pit,
Right.
but it won't solve the problem.
No.
So,
So Josh, is working up something too?
I'll call and remind him.
Right.
So, because he was right. I mean, he flat out said, he goes, the only way to fix this is dig up the back,
Right.
put in drain tile, put in rock, put in a, concrete little swale or whatever to drain it away. He goes, I don't care what this other companies say. It's the only right way to do it. And he's right.
Yes, agree with you.
So we'll see.
New business, the chip.
Yes.
reimbursement.
Ordinance number 2411 is to set our tip reimbursement rate for 100%.
And I make a motion to do that.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye.
Here's the documents and sign.
Anyway, even thinking, Brian, they could pour, like, instead of my parking stops being there. And we can walk up, look at it, sometime, but talk to Josh and they could pour it out like almost like a curb or sidewalk right along your building. And then go out farther and do just a little bit of a swale. That way, it keeps it, I don't know, to my way, it keeps it that much farther away from the building, you know?
Right, right. And I still think we need that curb or the parking stops out far enough. Keep somebody from backing in.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Spicer
and cornfield.
Yeah.
People are, yeah.
Okay, the storm damage report.
Oh, what a mess. Yeah, so it's all in there. You can see the initial overview of the claim, the damage assessments. We kept track of everything. There should have been a separate page put in there by Julie. It was an email from Michelle Grant. It was the vehicle cleanup. It might be the very back. They have come to agreements with Kraft on pricing and all that. Excuse me, got quotes from Kraft, and we took it up to Dylan up at Big Nasty. Now we're back. So those are the agreed upon prices that they will pay the shop. Now, as far as the building goes, if you look at page number 5, this is regarding the building. You will see the complete breakdown of where we're at. So the damage here is $6,080.50. That's gutter, downspouts, and fascia, things like that. Our deductible, which this is both buildings, is $5,000. I say it's both buildings. They only charged us one building deductible for both facilities. So the net claim is $1,008.50. Recoverable depreciation $196.62. Net claim if depreciation is recovered and work $1,277.12. Station 2 replacement cost less depreciation $20,095.89. That's roof, gutters, and all that good stuff. Recoverable depreciation is $5,007.77. Net claim if depreciation is recovered, $25,103.66. We already received the claim check in the amount of $21,176.39. We get another $5,204.39 back once all the work is complete. Total cost, or that's total we will receive is $26,380.07. I got a quote in there. $22,000 of that is from Jake Ennis, new roof house 2. And we're waiting on a quote still on the siding from Rob Stark to see where we're at with everything, because I'm not sure we're going to have. Yeah, I don't know if there's one to remove the Jake's. Yes, I would like to make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
And I told Jake just to do. I didn't pull it, but I guess I should. I told this people black shingles out there. So that way they're easy to find, they're easy to get. The old red shingles that we had here and the brown shingles that we had out there, anytime we painted, just had. But these, the black asphalt shingles are. So.
The siding for Station 2.
Talking with Rob Stark, we have been by the station 2. East, well, I'll call it south side of the building. We've got the, that masonite crap along the side of that. If you notice the bottom strip, it is tore all the hell, right? It needs to be replaced. Which That's talking Robbie's look. By the time you replace that, paint it, because you're gonna have to paint it to match. He goes, why don't I just send you a quote to vinyl siding? I said, perfect.
The method of the madness was that was supposed to be able to be added onto out that end, and that's why they left it framed like that.
Well, it's tore up bad, and I'm afraid it's bad enough the water's gonna get under there in bad rainstorm, so they've already had that door leaking. I don't have a cost, as soon as I get a cost, I'll let you guys know.
Hey, the addition to the agenda.
Yes, so, although we just renewed this, past month, our online training platform, Fire Rescue Academy. A newer platform our engineering has. They integrate with our current reporting system, meaning we can pull better data, better reports, whole nine yards. I met with the guy today. Kyle talked about it. Kyle got to play around within the system. Kyle, you're thinking of the system?
It's very nice. It's up to date. Fire Rescue One Academies, like early 2000s. All the logging, everything's user friendly. It's definitely made for firefighters to get on there. It's just see what they need to do. The reporting system, we can pull endless reports off of it fairly easy. Sort of rolling through. Joey let me see his actually just before the meeting, playing around on it.
They are going to give us, if we sign with them, the rest of this year free to get through the implementation process. Implementation free, nothing will be due until either the end of this year or January 1st of next year. The intention is to start it now, do the implementation correctly over the next few months, get it rolled out January 1st to replace Fire Rescue approval, and I just wanted you guys' thoughts or opinions or permission to sign a contract. It'll be roughly $3,100 a year, which is just a couple $100 more than what we pay.
And they offer more classes
Yes.
than, for certifications for instructor and investigator.
So I take the same classes over and over again every year.
What do you mind?
It's something about your budget for.
Yep.
No problem.
No, me neither. What about you? All in favor?
Aye.
Go ahead and make the. For you to do.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anything else before the board? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? There's some things I might.
Yes, yes.
Well, we had gotten you the one day, and then all these other bills came in.
Everything in the neighborhood good?
It's all one and the same thing. They're all filed and ready to roll.
Lots of deer. Doing, well, they're flat night, they're, well, I know, it's like your house.